Well, the scrum guru, Mike Cron, joins us, who's been in and around the All Blacks for many, many years. Crono, thanks so much for your time. Jason Ryan has just been seconded to the All Blacks. This is a great decision, is it not?
Yeah, he's ready for the step up. Yep, he's done his apprenticeship certainly, and he's ready for it. To be good.
When you say he's ready for it, I mean, just put some perspective on that. Why are you so confident?
Oh, I've known him right from day one, really. Like way back when you're still playing senior rugby here, we sort of teamed up, and I needed another coach down around the Canterbury region here. You know, in the scrummaging wise, there was Dave Hewitt, Crusaders, I was All Blacks, and I needed someone down below because I couldn't get out, or Dave and I couldn't get out to do high schools and things like that. So Base was. We were sort of joined at the hip from then, really, and so he's done a heck of a lot of leg work. Yep.
He seems to be that kind of guy, a real hands-on kind of guy. Is that right?
Oh yeah, good fella, good bugger. I mean, shit, I used to prop against his old man. You know,
good Lord.
We've known each. Yeah, and whenever the All Blacks was in Christchurch, Jace would always come with his father and and stand in the back of the scrum machine or help me. Just watch line-outs and, just stuff like that. So and then it'd come to the under-20 camps where I'd run a 2-day camp there for forwards on forward play, and he'd fly his own way up, just come and watch and learn. And, so he hadn't been shy at trying to get thirst for knowledge. So he's been great.
So that's almost like, funding your own apprenticeship by the sounds of it.
Yeah, and a lot of people do, very few make money in rugby, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, if you do, you've done an apprenticeship somewhere along the line.
Mm.
And it's a sign too, isn't it, that you're keen and you're dedicated, and sometimes you do have to put the old hand in the pocket because it's going to make you better.
Mike Cron is with us on the platform. I'm just trying to sort of dig deep into what you guys see and what attracts you to certain people. Obviously, it's the human side of it. It's the work ethic. It's, as you say, are you a good bugger and everything else. What did you see in him, though, and what have you seen that leads you to believe that, yes, this guy can coach other players and can get the best out of them?
I think the biggest thing is he's brutally honest to himself as well, like he hops on the front foot, not shy of having, meaningful conversations with players. He's his own man, which I like. He's the first guy to put his hand up if he thinks he's made an error. He's just a good, honest sort of bugger that can talk to anyone. And I think that, he's a good, really personal personality. He's a good, hell of a good guy, and he's a hard worker. And he cares about his players, and that filters through. Players feel that, and I think he's an outstanding coach. Yeah,
Mike, when you hear or you read comments and saying that with the replacement of John Plumtree and also Brad Moore, and it's always such a shame when people do get cut. I mean, I always feel that human side and things, but when Ian Foster said the players need a new voice. What's he exactly saying by that? Is that these guys are not getting through, or sometimes a change is as good as a rest on it. I know that kind of stuff. What do you read into those comments?
I don't know. I'd say that reading between the lines, they probably need to be fair, Plums, like Plums and Brad, you feel sorry for both of them. They go in and do a good job, and sometimes, those relationships or partnerships work, and sometimes they don't. And obviously they've decided, the powers to be, that there need to be a change, and it wasn't quite working in their mind. So it's bloody tough on them, but opens doors for, one or two others to pop in.
So you can say it can be a multitude of reasons then. It doesn't just normally come down to one specific thing.
Yeah, that's right. And you were talking before off the line to me about Steve Hansen. I mean, he's a great example, isn't he? Like he he was the World Coach of the Year, I think, a couple of times in his earlier career. When he was coaching Wales, I think he still holds the record for the most losses in a row.
That's right.
I mean, that's that's coaching, isn't it? You know what I mean? That just sums it up to me. I mean, the guy was a good coach all the way through, and through certain things, you get different results.
Crono, do you get better as a coach? Has life experience teach you that, and the experiences you have in the game? I mean, not necessarily everyone does, but, is it something that you actually keep learning? It's like being a great painter. You never quite paint the perfect painting. You know what I mean?
I think you do. I think so long as you keep that drive and that thirst for knowledge and keep trying to improve, I think, yes, you do. And you don't get so bloody giddy, you don't get wobbly at the knees under a bit of pressure. Once you've done a few rounds, so to speak, you can handle all the pressure and all the what ifs, and you tend to anyway. Like I thoroughly enjoyed going back in for the Auckland week. When all the boys got COVID, I went back in to coach the lads, and it was wonderful to go back in at that level and spend that week with them, and to go to the test match and sit in the box in Auckland. I mean, it was an absolute privilege. Even I'd been there quite a few years. It's absolutely where the rubber meets the road. At the same time, it was nice to leave at the end of it. I've done my bit, and it's certain now obviously Jason and Fiki and all the other coaches will just they head off to South Africa, and I'm sure they'll do a great job.
Mike Cron, there's a couple more quick questions. I'll let you go, and thank you so much for your time. Do you see a little bit of yourself in Jason Ryan? Yeah, I do. I think we're sort of joined at the hip. I might have to ask the blood test. I'll have to check with Bernie, the old man. Well, I hope he has the same dry sense of humour. And finally, mate, just technically, is in terms of the technical side of it, stuff that, all of us who pretend we know rugby have got no bloody idea what we're talking about. Does he bring that?
Yep. Yeah, your attention to detail is what you're after. And I think, Fiki will help him too, and he'll help Fiki, Greg Fiki. I think they'll be a great combination. They'll learn off each other, and I think it's quite exciting, and by the sound of it, from what I read, Fozzie's going to take a more hands-on role with the attack, he's probably the smartest coach I think I've ever worked with as far as attack's concerned. So I think it's quite exciting.